Okay, we're on trail G1 here. Just took a couple pictures of the overlook. Be careful right here. Never used to be that bad. So I've already seen like 4 snakes this morning. Three of them were smushed. And one of them looked to still be alive. So, three copperheads and a black snake. I don't know why there's so many snakes today. Maybe it's a snake snake holiday. Maybe they're all headed to the beach. I don't know. I don't want to see, there's a chipmunk. I don't want to see a big one. I imagine they're up here. What I don't want to see is like a 4 or 5 foot rattlesnake. Who's hungry. Saw a video of a guy climbing that on a dirt bike. I tell you, it's steeper than it looks. Oh, a cardinal. Watch the mockingbirds and the bluebirds in my yard. They'll just hang out in the trees above the grass, and then as soon as a little butterfly flies through their area, or a bug, they'll just fall straight down, pounce on it, gobble it up, or take it back to their nest. It's pretty funny to watch. It's like guerrilla warfare. Pretty smart. They don't use much energy. They just, sometimes I'll see them, they just fall straight down, grab it, put it in their mouth, fly back up, wait for the next one. Bugs are too stupid to look up. I've seen the mockingbirds will go pretty far distance too. I've seen them go all the way into the road. They'll eyeball a big bug that lands in the road or gets hit by a car, and they'll fly over, all the way over, grab it, kind of fight over it, 2 or 3 of them. It's torn up. is all dried up. Hazy today. Very hazy. Say a little prayer riding by here. Thankful that a place like this exists. Able to get out and get a little bit of exercise. Slippery exercise. And that spot was slippery. Used to be a lot worse. It isn't too bad now. It's always been wet through here. Pretty much a stream going through there now. Basically a spring coming out of the mountain. Every time I see a stick, I think it's a snake. Yeah, yesterday I stopped by a waterfall, stopped the motorcycle, got off, took a few pictures, had a drink of water, and I just got on the bike, started it up, turned on the video camera, just went up the trail about couldn't have been but 60 feet. And there was an elk coming at me. It just stopped, stared at me for a while, so I turned off the bike. It just stared at me for maybe a minute, 45 seconds. And it turned around and kind of jogged down the trail and then went off the trail, down the hill. So I was kind of happy I had gotten back on the bike, because I usually don't have the camera ready. It probably would have just walked right by me. I had the bike off, so it wasn't very noisy. So he probably, it was a female, she probably would have just moseyed on by. Probably would have just stopped and said, what the hell is that? So I'm kind of glad that I wouldn't have had that on camera. So I'm kind of happy that I had started the bike and got the camera going. It was dark brown in color. Usually the ones I've seen have been lighter colored. It's almost black, so dark. It's always nice seeing an elk. They seem pretty docile as long as you're not screwing with them. Chase one, run up to it, and they're the size of a horse, so think about it, if the thing reared up and punched you with its front hoofs, probably knock you off the bike. And if it wanted to stomp you, it probably could, you know. Whenever I see an animal up here, it's best just to let it be. If you want to see an elk up close, go to the zoo. Or you got a fence in between you. This spot here used to be real bad. I used to dread this spot. It was slippery, slick mud, clay mud. It was like a hill you had to get up. It was all rutted out. But they did a good job straightening that, smoothing it out. I wish I knew which trails they groomed. Wish they'd posted on Facebook or something. might just find out by accident. I'll go down the trail one day and it'll be all smooth. Probably saw that wild boar that time. He comes in here to wallow in his mud. This is basically the main trail to get you to the north set of trails on the other side of Route 116. So if you want to go up to those trails, you pretty much have to come down here or take the street. I think you can get there by going down on the street. Trail 9, G9 right there. Not my favorite trail anymore. That hill going up G9 it always used to be rough. In fact, the first time I took it, I didn't think it was ever going to end. Taken it maybe 5 or 6 times, and last time I took it, it was torn up bad. So it's a tough trail anyway, and then it was completely torn up. Hadn't rained in weeks. Everything was coated in dust. All the rocks were coated in dust. So I just kept going. You really can't turn around once you're on it because you're going straight up a hill. So I just kept going, and I got crossed up and lost my line and crashed it. And I think I bent my steering at that time, so I got back on the bike and tried to ride it down the hill. Yeah, I think my steering was off because I immediately crashed again pretty hard, and then I walked it down, got back on the bike, and I noticed that the steering was, I had to steer like at probably 2 o'clock just to go to straight. There's G34. Head back on G1.